Nation.
Bring it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers for the touchdown. Kraft shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
Presented by Schottenstein Roofing. For top quality and a price match guarantee, visit SchottensteinRoofing.com.
Here we go on a nice little Tuesday edition of the Buckeye Show. I'm Timmy Hall. The Boatman is back there. And to my right, my friend and yours, Tyvis Pal, everybody.
Oh, Timmy.
Full strength. Ready to go?
Yeah, man. I did a leg workout yesterday, and, it's been a while.
Forget that.
You don't do
Those muscles don't matter.
You don't do legs?
Not above the waist.
The legs feed the wolves.
Come on. Not anymore, Bodie.
You skip leg day?
What do you want from me, Hub?
Wow.
I'm not doing legs.
So I did squats yesterday, and I did 315, just to do it. I did like 5 sets of 4, so nothing crazy. And I was throwing it up, Tim, like it was just like it was change. And I felt like I'm back. But now my legs are sore today.
Now they're jelly.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they jelly. Like they're fine, but like I can feel a little soreness.
I should fill you in though. When I say I'm not doing legs, I'm not doing anything. So there's no legs. There's no buys. There's no tries.
No curls.
We're not
nothing.
doing that, Tyvis. We're looking for the next snack.
You gotta hit the iron a little bit, man. Start with you like some resistance bands. That's what you do.
Get some of the bands.
Yeah, get you some resistance bands.
That's all I would need to do.
Yeah.
That's all I would need to do.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't need to graduate to weights. Why?
Why not?
Why?
What do you mean? Why?
I'm like Jerry Seinfeld now. You lift weights? No. Why not? Why would I?
Don't you want to look good?
I don't look good?
No.
Wow. Come on. That's the whole running joke about me is that I snack, I eat, I do what I want to do.
Yeah,
but I also live a healthy lifestyle. I do things that keep me from becoming morbidly obese.
You went and did your year checkup, and you're down like 10 pounds, right?
I was down 13 pounds from last year.
That's incredible.
With no weightlifting.
Must be nice.
Hi.
Here I am.
Hi, Timmy Hall
killing
here
myself
for snacking 11 times a day and eating 4 meals a day. Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. I don't get it. What's not to get? Let's have some fun. Tonight. The special guest at 6:33. We like this guy. We had him on a couple years ago, and then he got huge in the college football scene. Also, like figuratively and literally, he is jacked up, this guy. Like you watch his YouTube show, Josh Pate, Late Kick Josh, does some work for CBS as well. He's his live show is Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, and his clips are all over the place and on his social feed as well, so that'll be fun. I know he did his campus tour, and he stopped by Columbus and did like a 40-minute show just with him and Ryan Day sitting there at the Woody. So I want to know what his experience, what his impressions were of this team and how all in we are around here. We're on the trail at 6:48 because so much going on with recruiting this past weekend, so much so that Tyvis might actually have to do a first. Might have to do a first here on this show and dip for a segment to try to reel in a big fish.
Yeah.
How about that, guys?
Yeah, something like that. We'll see.
Something like that, possibly at 7. Storytime Tuesday at 7:33, and Tyvis has not even told me what the story is going to be. I wanted to dedicate the show, because we hadn't talked about this yesterday, but I want to dedicate the show to all the fine boys and girls of Columbus for starting up their summers, for completing another year at school. It's a special time to be done with school for the year and to be in that mental state where the whole summer is ahead of you. I've been a dad now that's watching a boy grow up and almost become a teenager. He is in the prime of loving summer. Your girls are still too little to appreciate it to, get to school and get to that time.
To them, it's every day is summer.
Every day is, yeah.
Is your son like going outside more? It's
been great.
It's like for me,
it's been great. The first 2 days have been unbelievable.
When school was out, when I was his age, it was like, all right, I'm outside all day long playing video games, or I'm outside playing football, basketball, or something. or going in the woods. Like, I'm doing stuff like that.
I love
Is
it. In
that
the woods.
where Jack is right now?
It's actually been great. We already did, technically it was before summer kicked in, but we had a Cedar Point weekend. We brought one of his friends. We talked about that.
Yep.
They had a blast. Mom and I didn't have to ride really anything.
You don't ride?
Not anymore, really. We did one wooden
Why?
coat because we're done. That's
What
why.
do you mean you're
We
done?
beat our time.
No, you're done.
I don't want to spin around and go blah at the end of the day.
Really,
I don't want to
dude?
do that.
What ride did you ride?
I rode Gemini, and that was it. And we rode the Cedar Point Lake Erie Railway. That's what we did. We rode the big train, waving at people on the pathways.
Last year, my wife and I went to Hollow Weekends. It just worked out that I didn't have a Big Ten game, so I had that weekend off.
I've been to that before. That's
And
great.
We spent the whole day there just riding rides. And the Millennium Force, it's the difference riding the Millennium Force in the daytime and at nighttime.
Well, sure it is.
I don't know why that is, but it's such a different experience.
I think I know. I think it's the darkness. Could that
I think that, yes,
could that
Tim,
be it?
That has a lot to do with it.
I just a hunch it might be the darkness in the time of day.
But
it's
this-
badass.
but-
It's awesome.
but
The beast at night in the woods.
It's the same ride, though. Like, that's why it shouldn't change. But
It changes a lot. It changes a lot. So he actually went with a buddy today to go up on a boat and go tubing. Like, how about
Really?
that? Day 2 of the summer.
He's living.
And this is the thing that tells me that Jack is just like me, because you guys know the way that I think about things and how I like to be at the beginning of things. I am the day before vacation guy, the day before something very, very exciting, the anticipation, Christmas Eve guy over Christmas Day type of mindset. He made some little comment today, like we went to have a nice Sam's Club lunch too. I mean, already best summer ever, right? We did Sam's Club lunches, pizza combos, pretzels, churros, and we're out like $4.50. In this economy, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And he says, Dad, this is great. We're only 2 days in to summer. How fantastic. And he said, you really can't even count the weekend because we would have been off the weekend anyway. I'm like, you're right. He was appreciative that he's still living in the first couple of days, and he's got the whole summer ahead of him. So dedicated to the boys and girls who are starting their summers, Tyvis and I can remember vivid memories of how thrilling it was to be in that last week, seeing that last week of school, and then getting out, not knowing what you had planned or if you had a vacation coming up.
I had plans.
But you just were done with school, and there's nothing better in the world.
Yeah, that last week, it kind of goes fast because the last day is usually a half day, and you get up out of there, man. And yeah, and you know what though? When I was in middle school, what they would do is the high schoolers got out earlier, and I would have to walk home. And on the walk home, the high schoolers would be coming down the street with water balloons, and they throw water balloons at you as you walk home. So we would be having to sprint home, and my goal was to make it home dry, and I did it twice.
I'd be the kind of guy that'd be welcoming the water balloon.
No,
because I'd be
Tim,
so
I didn't
hot.
want to get hit.
It's June, late May, Memorial Day.
It's a scary thing.
Soak me.
You walking down the street and a car just pulls up and 6 kids just get out and start chasing you with balloons.
I can remember like that yearbook week, last week of school, and that the bindings on the book would kind of crackle as you would open that bad boy up, and you had the hardbound on the front cover and the back cover.
Yeah.
That you'd want to, like, that pen would just press up against it just nice, just right. Hoping to get some of the
time.
girls to maybe slide a phone number.
Oh, you could get that.
Give you some digits in the yearbook.
You definitely could pull that one off.
All right, here's some of the football here. So we know we got a big year coming up for the Buckeyes because of the quarterback situation. I mean, it's a big year because it's a big year, and they're all in on it. But Will Howard, as the quarterback, take a listen to the new QB. He was on Bobby's show, not here on The Juice, but the Bobby Carpenter show. And I thought this was interesting, Will, explaining just how different it is right now for him being coached by Ryan Day.
I think the thing that makes him such a good coach is how intense he is and how high of a level he holds us to. I've never been coached this hard in football in my life. I've always been blessed with, a pretty good amount of knowledge of the game, and I felt like I've always been able to process things pretty well. And my coaches have trusted me to make decisions and kind of get a little loose with my footwork and do things that I liked sometimes more than, more just coaching me. And the thing about Coach Day is that he wants things his way. And the thing is that most of the time his way is right, so, and I think the cool thing about it is, having him and Coach Kelly both, coaching us has been really good. And they kind of balance each other out really well. Coach Kelly's he's not going to come over and yell and scream at you and jump all in you. But, Coach Day's going to do that. They kind of cancel each other out in that way a little bit. But having two of, some of the best quarterback minds in college football and just football minds in college football, offensive minds, being able to coach me and me being able to just get that kind of coaching every single day has helped me so much.
That's interesting because we heard that a little bit about Will maybe not having as much of that hard coaching at K-State, and he affirms that they're never been coached this hard in my life. And they're Chip's like the good cop and Ryan's the bad cop, the disciplinary and all that structure. Yeah. I get that. That might be something that Will really needs at this point in his career.
Well, I think when you look at it from a standpoint of, this guy – first of all, you need that balance. You do need somebody that's hard-nosed that tells you this is how you got to get it done. But you always need – usually it's like your teammates that help you relax a little bit, have fun, and enjoy it. I think Chip Kelly thrives on the road that he's in as an OC because he can be who he wants to be. I think he's a fun-loving guy. He can always have fun. Let Ryan Day be that guy. But I think – with knowing Ryan Day's background, I think that's why the players want that type of coaching because they see the success that Ryan Day has had with the quarterbacks. Yes, Ryan Day's stuff works as a quarterback. You've seen Justin, you've seen Dwayne, you've seen CJ. You've seen how well these guys have made it to the next level and been able to thrive, especially CJ. So you're going to listen to what he's saying. You're going to pay attention, and you want to make sure you master it because if you get it right here, chances are you'll be a first-round pick and you could be successful in the NFL. So I think that's why it works for Ryan Day to be able to be that aggressive like that to these players.
Well, I want to talk a little bit deeper about Will and why this style is going to work for him. We're on the same page that he's the guy. I'm there.
Right.
I'm there.
I'm not. I don't know yet.
You don't know.
I don't know yet.
You're not there.
I'm not there yet.
Okay, that's
I'm
fair.
I'm waiting on them to tell me. I need them to come out and say this is the guy. They still haven't said that. So
yeah, they've just done this before, but you have your hunches, And I think the reasons are well documented because they go out and get this big transfer guy to come here in the first place, or else why are you even in that market if that's not going to be the final decision? But what sort of things will we be looking at for Will? And I know one area in particular that Tyvis has spoken about already. That's coming up. Good night here. It is the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly. Hey!
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mock Crew is a part of our winning team. The Libman Mock Crew makes sure the hardwood is safe and clean for the players every game at the Schottenstein Center. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com. Libman, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Did the pandemic eliminate quality customer service? Well, many places it did, but not here at Heartland Bank. Imagine getting top quality service and good advice as well to help you down life's road. It's community banking, and it's alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb, CEO. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Fair banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
And now we're on our way with COTA, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, COTA moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit COTA.com/transit app to learn more.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
See some football players try to play softball? Join us for Schmidt's Cardale Jones Charity Softball Game.
Why picnic when you can schmidnick? And presented by Monogram Homes and the U.S. Air Force. The Fan.
A healthy body needs good food. This summer, the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce is sponsoring Sun Meals, a summer food program where kids eat free. Children under 18 receive healthy meals and no sign-up is required. Locations may be right in your neighborhood. Call 1-866-348-6479 or visit education.ohio.gov/kidseat for meal locations and times. That's education.ohio.gov/kidseat.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Warm and humid, a little breezy out there on this Tuesday. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. Overnight, we'll keep it mild. Temperatures down to the mid to upper 60s. Slight chance of a shower or storm overnight. A better chance of a shower or storm on Wednesday afternoon and again later Wednesday night. High temperatures in the low 80s. With your Doppler 10 forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Tailgating is a state of mind. You are listening to The Buckeye Show.
Timmy and Tyvis here on a Tuesday. Josh Pate from The Late Kick. He's coming up in the next segment at 6:33. Of course, we are live on YouTube now. So when you go to the tube, search up 97.1 The Fan, click on that live tab. We're searching The Buckeye Show, and you'll see our playlist. That's all there for some past shows. And enter into that chat room. That chat room is where we want things to happen. And, of course, we've got the Buckeye Show voicemail. I feel like I haven't mentioned that since we got back here this week. 614-460-2896. You want to give us your thought on Will Howard and what Will needs to do for this Buckeye team. If you got a stat line in mind for him, first of all, if you think he's the guy and he is absolutely going to start, I am there. I think that's the way it's going. But that voicemail is also a text line. So 614-460-2896. Before we do talk about Will, you know what I got to talk about?
What's that?
Oh, I think you know. I think you know.
Oh, I do know.
My friends at Tri-State Men's Health.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Yes, because this problem, this little thing called ED, erectile dysfunction, it's not a good thing. And guys don't need to be messing around with that. You want to go see my guys at Tri-State Men's Health if that is something that is bothering you. You can call them at 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemen'shealth.com to start looking around, start poking around. It's one of these things that guys just can't really talk about. And if you don't talk about it, if you don't get it checked out, then it's not going to just fix itself. And they've got treatments that will work for you when the pills or herbals fail. They've got treatments, as I've told you, with success rates well over 90%. Some of them can have you lasting an hour or more. So schedule a consult. Initial visit's $99, and they've got an expert staff. And if you're like a lot of men, you could be doing it the very next day. Couple great locations here in town, Westerville and the one there in Hilliard, right off of Cemetery Road in 270. TriStateMen'sHealth.com, or give them a call at 800-900-9654. Tell them Timmy Hall sent you. So back to the quarterbacking. Not so sure Will's the guy. Tell me why.
Well, I feel like he hasn't really earned it yet. You know, I think that when you come in here, first of all, you battling the other guys that been in this program, or, well, Devin Brown's been in this program. And for them to come out of that spring and not have that decision made, it tells me that the separation hasn't been as big as they thought. You know, maybe talent-wise, because to me, I feel like the talent might be pretty similar when you watch some tape on them. You know, some of those highlights, it's not like, you know, I was in like, wow, oh my God, this guy just threw a dime. Like, I wasn't looking like that. So I just want to see him kind of separate himself. I wanted to see when he's in there, it's a distinct difference in the offense. Things look totally different when he's at the quarterback position versus everybody else. I think when that happens, that's when I say, okay, that's the guy. But when I seen it, it didn't look any different to whoever was the quarterback in the spring game or even in some of the clips that I seen. It all looked the same to me.
Well, do you think he's still, from what we've seen so far, because you got an off season, right? Like you got spring football. That's it. Like you got some off-season workouts, you got spring football. That's what you've got. But you know that this is a guy that's been playing college football since 2020.
Yeah.
So that's the leg up, right? That he's got a lot of reps. He's done a lot. You know, playing for Kansas State, the level of program that they are, it's not the same as Ohio State.
Right.
And you're also looking for this guy to do way more than he's ever done. Mm-hmm. So you are kind of rolling the dice a little bit with this guy, but we say that a lot where if you take a certain guy and bring him to Ohio State where you have all that talent around you, it's the thing I was referencing back there. The important thing is that this offensive line is awesome so that you can make Will Howard as comfortable as he can possibly be. Then I'll feel a little bit better and more comfortable about the things I think or know that Will do in 2024. If that O-line is amazing, then that's going to help him out. Forget about the receivers and Quinshon, who's my guy this year, and Travion Henderson.
Well, I mean, I agree with that. Obviously, the offensive line is a big point, but I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he's in the doghouse or anything like that. I'm just saying I feel like for all of them, I didn't think nobody really stood out in this spring to where I was like, this is the guy. And I think that's why there is not a guy that's named the starting quarterback now. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a new playbook coming in there. You know, Chip Kelly's putting his spin on things. So things are changing, and everybody's trying to grasp the new changes and see how they can deal with them. And I guess ultimately what it comes down to is at the end of the day, who are you most comfortable with communicating the plays, getting in the huddle, getting guys out the huddle, getting guys lined up and going to the right spot with the football. I think at the end of the day, that's the person that you got to go with.
If let's just fast forward and we get to a spot where Will Howard is the guy. Mm-hmm. So you need to are you going to need to hear the announcement? Is that like how you're going to play this? Before in your heart or in your gut, you're putting him under center week one and give him 2024.
I don't think that
he's the starter and Devin's the backup.
Yeah, I don't think they want to go through what they did last year. I think they realized that probably was a mistake to keep going back and forth into the season like that. Like, just make a decision and don't look back.
It almost sounds like to me it doesn't matter for you who's under center for this team.
No, it doesn't.
And that's not going to have anything to do with the performance.
I don't think so.
Of these guys.
I don't think
this team.
I think that
and that seems crazy though.
I think that this
is the quarterback. There's got to be some separators, whether it's leadership or things that are intangible.
Is it bad for me because I trust Ryan Day as a quarterbacks coach and a play call? Well, I guess he's not calling the plays this year, but as a guy who's been in that quarterback room and developed quarterbacks, I just kind of trust that. I think that the biggest difference last year was the offensive line. I think that the offensive line was better last year. I think we would have been more successful. And it always goes back to, and I keep telling everybody, if that offensive line isn't there, it doesn't matter who's the quarterback because the game is still won and lost in the trenches. And we found that out for the past few years.
Well, and I guess
the trench play got to come back at some point.
But we don't have a guy that's of that caliber that we had been accustomed to with Justin Fields or with C.J. Stroud, where you just had these elite guys. and you just kind of had to
they tell
give them the right plays,
Well, they say Will Howard is like he's a 6'5" guy. He's like a Josh Allen. He's big. He can run. He can throw the ball deep.
We need to see him put all that together, though, and because I'm looking at this 24 touchdowns and 10 picks. Well, that's not the worst thing ever. That's not that far off from what Kyle McCord's touchdowns and picks looked like. Mm-hmm. Where do you think he is right now? He got run out of town with a year like that, and they are going to be running the football a lot. So I don't know, like what Will do if he's going to be my guy. I think he's for sure going to be the starter.
Yeah,
I'm still looking for 30.
You want 30 touchdowns?
I'm looking for 30 touchdowns. I'm needing to see single-digit interceptions. I think at this point in time, I'm needing that.
To me, now that the older I get, the more I'm starting to realize how important that is that at least protect the football. Like, that's the big thing. Don't turn it over. Because if you don't turn it over, you don't shorten the field for your defense. This defense is showing you that they're going to keep you in the game and even win you some games.
Absolutely.
But just don't make it to where an offense can just go 5 yards to score a touchdown. Like, just protect the football at worst case scenario. And if you think about some of the games that they lost, it was some interceptions that was thrown where it shortened the field that allowed that offense or that put that defense on the short field and gave up some points. So at least be mindful of that. Take care of the football. And if he can do that, I think this can be a successful season. Whether he has 50 touchdowns or 20 touchdowns, I think that all the talent around him is going to all come together and they're going to be able to pull some magic, make a lot of magical things happen offensively.
He had 9 rushing touchdowns last year to go with those 24 touchdown passes. So, I mean, you're looking for that rushing element. I'm looking for, 65% completion percentage. I think that's a thing you want from your quarterback, is that accuracy with the low interception numbers, good touchdown to pick ratio, and doing something with your legs, which is what was advertised.
Maybe he might be a Dwayne. He might throw 50 touchdowns.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, that'd be a lovely surprise. It certainly is not feeling like that's where we are right now. Going from, 24 touchdowns to 55.
It wasn't like we knew Dwayne was going to throw 50 touchdowns coming into the season.
Didn't you kind of feel something big was happening?
No.
I want to say that I put him at 40.
Did you say
in the preseason?
And you're right now. And right now you're at 30 with Will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good 6 more than you had. Extra games. I don't think that's too much to ask.
What do you got? 2 months to try to change to persuade your mind.
I'd like more than that too. I'd like 32 to 33 at least for a guy like that. But very excited to have this college football expert joining us again. Late Kick Josh Pate from the hit YouTube show. We'll see if our expectations for the Buckeyes match his. That's next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers.
Oh, that is very touching.
But we thought Bishop and Friends had a better ring to it.
Weekday mornings at 9.
The Fan.
Summer is finally here in Ohio, and the best part about summer is the fresh fruits and vegetables. And the best place to find them, well, it's one of my favorite places to eat. That is Bob Evans, because they're going to make sure they have the farm freshest ingredients right to your plate. They have 3 new salads: the steakhouse salad, the grilled chicken chopped salad, and my favorite, the summer berry salad. Grilled chicken, strawberries, blueberries, pecans, feta cheese, everything you like, it's all there, and it's all fresh and delicious. So go check them out and learn more at bobevans.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hi, I'm Lauren, and I work for Meijer. People always ask, why do I shop there? It's because I can get great quality and value in one stop. Like this week's hottest deals on certified Angus beef and locally grown asparagus. Plus, I can earn M-Perks points every time I shop for groceries, apparel, at the pharmacy, or when I'm at the pump. Meijer has all I need in just one stop, and the same low Meijer prices in-store and online. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Bobby Carpenter once sold workout equipment on QVC Canada. There's no joke here. That actually happened. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
We always come through for you when you need us to. That's ECO's promise to you. And for AC repair and installation, that means today, not tomorrow. If you have an air-conditioned breakdown, we'll get a tech out to your home today. Or we'll give you a year's EcoFi Advantage membership for free. And make no mistake, we're a repair, not replace company. Our techs are trained to give you all your repair options. Sometimes, though, it just makes more financial sense to replace. And that's where we really come through for you when you need us to. Because we'll replace your AC system same day. No sleeping overnight in a hot, humid house. Or we'll take $1,500 off the cost of your new system and provide you with portable AC units for your bedroom. That's what coming through for you when you need us to means. So if you need AC repair, call ECO for same-day service. We'll get your home cool again. We'll make it happen today.
At geteco.com.
Jimmy walks up to the line. His credit card debt is calling a blitz. He signals to Upstart.com for an audible. Final play. Bike. Jimmy drops back. In a flash, he cuts over to a streaking Upstart.com with a no-cost rate check on a personal loan. He's wide open. An easy toss for Jimmy by finding a great rate in minutes. He applies. He's approved. And touchdown.
Tackle your credit card debt with a personal loan. Check your rate at Upstart.com today. That's Upstart.com. Loans are made by Upstart Lending Partners. Loan terms will be determined based on credit, income, and other information provided in your application. Not all applicants will be approved. And now we're on our way with COTA, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, COTA moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit COTA.com/transit app to learn more.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
If the colors scarlet and gray made a sound, that sound would be this. This is the Buckeye Show.
Timmy and Tyvis on a Tuesday with all you fine Buckeye fans. We thank you guys so much for being a part of the show tonight. We go to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Excited to talk to Josh Pate, our guy, Late Kick Josh. And Josh, we appreciate you doing it. And I know it was 2 or 3 years ago when we had you on the program for the first time. You were already good then. I feel like you have blown up in the last 2-3 years. You could tell you love college football. You're a fan. You love what you do. Congrats on all the success. We love the game too, so it's cool to see.
I appreciate it, man. To me, it's pretty, relatively easy gig. If you have the best sport in the world just plopped in your lap, all you have to do is talk about it all year. I mean, there's an obvious audience for it. I don't know how so many people screw that up, but I appreciate it. It's been a really, really fun ride. Had fun up there a few weeks ago with the folks at Ohio State, which I know we're about to talk about. But yeah, it's been a really fun spring.
Yeah, so let's go there because you did the campus tour and you met Ryan Day. You were there at the Woody. What were I don't know how much contact you had. I'm sure you'd spoken to him before doing your gig, but what were your impressions and what are maybe the comparisons and contrasts to some of the other big-time coaches that you've been around here recently?
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to Ryan before. It was good to be inside the building the entire day, though. That's kind of why I format that spring sort of speaker series the way I do. We kind of want to embed ourselves in a program for a day. In an ideal world, I love to lift there in the weight room. I love to meet with all the staff that I can. And so, like with Ryan Day, the thing that immediately stands out, having been in the South in the SEC as long as I have been, is it's an SEC-esque program. And I said that in the most complimentary of ways because I'm just telling you, some other places you go, there is a difference between being at a 10 on the intensity level versus thinking you're there. Everybody thinks they're there. Not everyone's there. And you don't know because a lot of times it's so incestuous that you're just in that bubble all year long and you don't know that other people may be doing some things better than you. The benefit I get is I get to see all of them because I go in all the programs and meet with all the head coaches. And so it's so intense there. It's a mirror image of what you get walking in Sabins, Alabama, walking in Kirby. Of attention to detail. in every aspect of the program is something that I don't even think hardcore appreciate, because you can't appreciate it until you've seen it up close. And it goes to show, when you witness it up close, why it's so hard to win consistently. People will have blips on the radar screen. People in their lives will have blips of success. But why it's so hard to sustain success is because that stuff right there, what I'm talking about, that's what it takes. That's what they have at Ohio State. And a little side note, I was in the weight room, and there was a young man by the name of Caleb Downs, who I'm sure you guys have probably heard about around there. He was in there too. That is, for all intents and purposes, an alien just happens to be in a human body.
Josh, I was just going to ask you, which player was you going to be most excited to see outside of Caleb Downs? Let's go on the offensive side of the ball. What is a guy that you think will have a big season for the Buckeyes this year?
I am really excited to actually see what Quinshon Judkins does up there. So the way the year went down last year at Ole Miss, you'd have some different folks give you some different feedback. They've never questioned his ability level, but just the way mentally he went about last year. Now, again, that's not him talking. That's not his side of the story. That's their side of the story. And so I spoke, when I went up there, I spoke to as many people as I could, because I know Ohio State does the portal a little differently. They're open to taking guys, but they are not desperate in that thing. They don't need to be. And if they take a guy, then he's going to have to check certain boxes for him. And we sat down with Ryan Day, and he talked about when they found out he was available. Hits up Quinshon Judkins and tells him, Travion Henderson's not going to the NFL, just FYI. And he embraced it. And he said, hey, when that kid embraced that kind of let me know what he was about. And we got him in here, and he's been a revelation in the spring. Well, that's good. So then live bullets start flying in the fall, and if they really do have 2 5-star caliber tailbacks back there, and it coincides with what they should be defensively this year, which is probably the best version of them defensively that we've seen in a long time. I think it goes to the other guy that I'm interested in. It's another transfer. It's Will Howard, obviously the quarterback, because to me, the way you analyze the quarterback position up there is you ask, what do you need from them? Like some other places, you have to ask, can this guy throw for 3,500 to 4,000 yards? Can he fit this statistic barometer? Can he clear this statistical hurdle? Well, with Will Howard, I don't ask that, only because I know the weapons that are around him, both sides of the ball. And if we're getting affirmative answers on all those other guys, and defensively they are what I think they'll be, I don't want to say the M word, but the very blueprint we watched them play with last year to win a national title, if Ohio State wanted to be that, they could be that this year. And it wouldn't require Will Howard to go off. I mean, Ohio State should be able to physically bludgeon most anyone they line up with this year.
Yeah, and Josh, that's why I want your take on this. Josh Pate, Late Kick Josh, is with us here on the Buckeye Show, because you tweeted something, I think it was today, about Mike Leach and why simply because he hasn't won titles wouldn't be a reason to not have him be in the College Football Hall of Fame. And you mentioned the gulf that's between the gulf of resources that exists in college football, which it does. And you can imagine how tense it's been here in Columbus with the 3-year losing streak to Michigan, losing that game at home when you thought you should have won it. But now with the offseason that they've had, the money spent, everyone being back, we've talked about this as being a natty or bust type of year. What are your expectations? What this team from the outside looking in has to do this year?
Win the national championship. I don't say it in the same context, though. I am not a believer in championship or bust ever.
I get it,
but I do think that should be the standard. So it sounds like you're talking out of both sides of your mouth when you say that. No, I mean, if they don't win the national title this year, they did something wrong. However, if there's a big difference in losing 3 regular season games versus being knocked out by Georgia in overtime of the literal title game. So if it is the latter scenario, they did a really good job. They just fell short. But, I mean, my philosophy on this stuff has always been, if you're a fan base that does everything that's asked of you, you've got every reason to have sky-high expectations. And I've probably talked to Ryan Day like 3 times about this. And that dude never shies away from expectation. And he's almost matter-of-fact about the fact that that's what I'm here for. If I don't get it done, someone else will be brought in. But I don't think people fully understand Like, how much pressure internally people like that and organizations like that put on themselves to where the talking point, like afterwards on radio or message boards, will always be, wow, I bet they're feeling the pressure. Now, dude, they feel the pressure every day. That's not coach speak. That's not just a talking point in like a booster club setting. That's real life, and that's the expectation there. But I do think that for all the oxygen that's going to be given to that championship or bust conversation, I've always viewed it, and I still view it with them as a lot more nuanced than that.
Josh, where'd you eat when you were here in Columbus?
So I think it's Varsity Club. I think that's where I went.
Oh, yeah. That's a fine choice. We like to party it up there.
I went over, so Jerry Emick told me, hey, just go to Varsity Club. You'll thank me later. Mm-hmm. So I go over there, and you know how sometimes you'll be watching a movie and there's like a flashback to that same spot, but it was like 30 years prior, right? And so the dress looks different, the music's different. Well, I walk in Varsity Club, and it's like 2 o'clock. Class isn't in session, I don't think. So it wasn't packed or anything like that. So me and my producer go in there, and, you know, you got all the old school stuff on the wall from decades gone by. And Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears was playing, which I think was released in like 85. And I had such a slap in the face nostalgia moment of, this could literally be this date in 1987 in this place, and it probably wouldn't feel all that much different, which I loved.
Yeah, Chris Spielman is eating a hamburger across the way from you, straight from practice, that type of thing. But Josh, this was awesome, man. Thank you for doing it. I'm glad you made your way out here to Columbus to meet up with Ryan Day and see the Woody. Crazy things in college football. I'm sure you're having fun talking about all of it, and we'll check in soon.
No shortage of it. I appreciate it, guys.
Yep, good stuff. There he goes. Josh Pate, late kick Josh, and hopefully we'll get him on again here soon. I say that, and I mean that, Tyvis. Hey, while we were talking, we just had a little news update.
Yeah.
Little breaking news in Buckeye land that we will talk to you about as we will go on the trail. Next, it's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Since 1897, the Byers Auto family of dealerships has been serving Central Ohio's transportation needs. When we first opened our doors, our vehicles were fueled by oats and hay, required saddles, not seatbelts, and had shoes instead of tires. Over 120 years later, Byers Auto is still family-owned and operated. Our goal is to provide the best selection, price, and service in Central Ohio. And it's all on one website, buyersauto.com.
Come see why it's better to buy from Byers.
Byers Auto is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways. Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit. Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy. Join in as little as 5 seconds. Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives. It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Sunday's the time for brunching with your favorite people. And when they don't invite you, Listen to us instead. Fan Sports Sunday with Tino and Devere Posey.
Sunday morning starting at 11.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Welcome to Reverse Aesthetics. Our medical weight loss program includes popular medications like semaglutide and tirzepatide, both of which are supercharged by our body sculpting treatments. Under the supervision of our board-certified medical doctor, Reverse Aesthetics will help you achieve your weight loss goals while tracking progress quarterly. We have plenty of inventory and can begin treatment within 48 hours of your consult. Schedule now at reverse-aesthetics.com or call us at 614-656-4000.
Ah, the sweet sounds of spring. The crack of a bat, chorus of birds, and the glorious hum of a freshly tuned AC system. Don't sweat it. Let the Waterworks Heating and Cooling team keep you in tune with a spring AC checkup.
You're all set.
Schedule a visit today and stay cool all summer long. Call the Waterworks Heating and Cooling team, 614-333-9720, or schedule service on our website. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better AC.
With Tim Hortons 2 hot breakfast sandwiches for $6 deal, you can mix and match your favorites. Mix and match between savory sausage or naturally hickory smoked bacon. Mix and match between an English muffin or flaky biscuit. Any two served with a freshly cracked egg and melted cheese. You can even mix and match how you share it. One for you, one for them. 2 for them, or 2 just for you. There's no wrong way to mix and match this tasty deal. 2 breakfast sandwiches for just $6. It's time for Tim's. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Single item at regular price. Modifications and tax extra. Additional terms apply.
Bobby Carpenter here for Affinity Whole Health, the leader in the testosterone and hormone replacement therapy game. And weight loss too, that's right. Affinity offers semaglutide injections for weight loss in addition to their testosterone treatments so you can lose weight and build muscle. They customize a plan directly for you. They added peptides to my TRT. They've added semaglutide with my friend's testosterone, and the results are amazing. They're pumped about summertime and pool season, so check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Right Way Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
The best kind of power is star power. Let's go on the trail.
Sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local, drink High Bank.
Timmy and Tyvis here on a Tuesday. We got breaking news, Buckeye fans.
We got a boom.
Oh, we got a boom. Always love to talk about that. Let the cannon blast. Fire the cannon. Because Lord knows we didn't hear it enough in the Arena District this year. So let's some other kinds of booms here. I know where the endorsement deal has to be. I know because that's not really what NIL has done. Cool endorsement deals like this, but let's make it happen. He should be training at the Bo Dome in the off season when he's not at the Woody, because Bo Jackson, 4-star Ohio running back, class of 2025, 6 foot, 205-pound Cleveland kid, Tyvis. Bo Jackson.
That's what we need.
Running game. Here we go, baby.
Cleveland guys. No, he's a really good running back. Obviously, he sees what's going on here. It's going to be nice, man. I really like him. I really like his style of play. Can't wait to see him in that scarlet and gray. I think he's going to do some really amazing things. I think he picked the Buckeyes over like Alabama too, and he was a very sought after kid. So nice to keep that talent home. And I think he said even in this post something about the brotherhood, embracing the brotherhood. And you know, that's the thing about Ohio. If you're from Ohio, you don't need to go anywhere else. You can play really good football and be special right here in your home state. And it's nice to know that he's going to continue to stay home and do great things for the great state of Ohio.
Oh, man. And he didn't just hold off Alabama, or the Buckeyes didn't just hold off Alabama, holding off Georgia as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the 2 greatest teams other than Ohio State in college football the last decade. You could still throw Clemson in there, even though they're more fading. But Bodie and I were talking about this yesterday. Georgia is now in this spot where clearly it doesn't even matter what players they lose. All the power indexes and the rankings, they're just automatically pumping Georgia in to win the national championship at the start of the year. Even though, as we just talked with Josh Pate, expectations are high here. It is. Even though it's not like natty or bust means win the natty or you're fired, but it's not like losing in overtime like you said to Georgia, but you got to accomplish a lot of things, and you better come darn close to doing that here.
I think that just the last time Ohio State played Georgia, it was such a
It was close.
It was such a great game. Like that's what you want to see. Like it was exactly what college football fans want to see. Two premier programs going at it. Even though Georgia may have been on paper looked like the better team, and Ohio State had lost to the Wolverines and all of those things. Yeah. They were winning that game. They had that game won, and then obviously things in the end happened, and they ended up losing that game.
It feels worse, though.
It was literally, you got a great offensive mind in Ryan Day going up against that Georgia defense that's been dominant for the past few years. You got to see those two worlds collide, and that's what people wanted to see. It was like must-see TV, and the way that it ended off of a missed field goal was like, it was terrible for us, but like from a football fan standpoint, it was like that's the type of games that we want to see.
You know what this tells me though, and I know there's a lot of kids coming up that go to camps that have 4 or 5 star rankings. There's enough players like that to go around to the top guys in college football. But what this continues to tell me is that sometimes I think people get this mindset of, oh, you keep losing these big games, you're not going to be as favorable to some guys. I think Ohio State is, quote unquote, bulletproof to that effect, right? They're losing to Michigan. They lost the close game to Georgia. They're still getting these recruits. Maybe not every single one that they want. You're going to lose some battles, right? But still, hand over fist, they are right at the top of the recruiting rankings.
If anything, it kind of makes it a little bit more appealing, because how about this? How about this pitch to a recruit?
Pitch it.
We lost.
Help us win.
But maybe with you could be that piece.
We need a guy.
We need
with
that.
The
You
eye
might
of the
be
tiger.
that one piece. Just think about that, Tim.
Yeah.
I could be that missing piece that just take us over the top, and we conquer it all and win a national championship. Like that's something to hold your head up. You could go to a place that's winning championships. You're just another guy. Like, oh yeah, we done that. Yeah, we do that all the time. But if you that guy that actually helped change the tide, like, it's special. It holds weight for some odd reason. Maybe the rest of the world won't see it, but to you in your heart, you'll be like, it was because of me.
Not looking for the best players, Bodie. Looking for the right ones. I want to listen to Carlos Loughlin for a second, because with this get on the trail being a running back, we know that this was a major storyline. Losing Tony Alford, goes to Michigan of all places, and then you bring in a guy from Oregon and Carlos Loughlin, and right away, I love this guy. He's winning the room. We don't usually give those awards out anymore, like, oh, winning the press conference, right? Like, what does that ultimately mean? But I just liked what this guy was about and the way he talked. This was on a phrase that he has that had been going around about him, soft batched cookies, and where that thing came from.
The soft batch cookie thing came from just having a frame of mind, a mental toughness. It had nothing to do with guys getting in the portal and anything. Now, most people say I'm a soft batch cookie for leaving there, but in actuality, I'm not, because it takes great strength to make a decision to leave a place. No, a weak-minded person wouldn't be able to make the decision I made. So it took great strength to do that. So I'm telling you, if I let you in my DMs, it's some great comedians out here that have been sending me like tons of cookies. And I'm like, hey, it's funny.
Well, they're good cookies, actually, but I get it might not be what you're looking for. But this was what was so hilarious, too, this line he gave about running back coaches in general.
I know y'all heard me say it before, and I'm going to keep saying it. This is the worst coach position in football. It's terrible. Guys hire anybody to coach this position and recruiters. Carlos Loughlin's not a recruiter. I'm an elite relationship builder, but I coach this position. I'm a ball coach. So that's who I am. So I'm going to pour into these kids. I think they kind of seeing it now. And I jumped in day one. I'm ready to coach.
It's so funny he says that, because relationship building is recruiting. Yeah. And that is, I'm reading in a lot of places that the relationship that Bo Jackson had with Loughlin from the Oregon connection, that meant business here.
I mean, yeah, you got to trust that this guy can help you advance and develop you and get you to your next dream, and that's the NFL. And if you don't trust him, then why would you ever go there? So obviously, Coach Locke is doing something, communicating with him or pointing things out or just showing him a different side of the game that he hasn't been able to see before, and he can see himself elevating just from conversations. And on top of that, Coach Locke probably cares about who he is as a person. And if somebody cares about you as a person, you tend to play harder for that guy. So I think that's where the relationship building part is very important if you want to develop these kids and get them to play hard.
I saw Tavian St. Clair was making some comments, just thrilled to death that he's, coming to Ohio State, and he's going to be one of those guys that's kind of doing that Jack Sawyer thing, recruiting. Like CJ Hicks was big in that too, where players are committed and they are helping the cause and recruit other players to see what Ohio State's all about. But just right off the top, you're looking at Tavian St. Clair, Devin Sanchez, and Naeem Offord. Quarterback, cornerback, 5-star, 5-star, 5-star of the 13 commits for 2025 right now. It's good looking stuff.
Yeah. It's a good day to be a Buckeye.
And to have this Ohio kid, a Bell Fountain kid, this could be a great story. If Tavian St. Clair comes to Ohio State and is that deal, this would be a great story.
Yeah, it would be.
Like a small town. I get Central Ohio, but really on the outskirts. Yeah. If this was the Star Wars, that'd be the outer rim, right? Up there in Bell Fountain. And you got to take a trip to get out there.
Yeah.
I mean, 6'4", 230 pounds, a gunslinger from Bell Fountain? I mean, come on. Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm actually excited to see. I hope to catch some high school clips of him this year.
A huge conversation. You still you gonna do the thing?
Yeah, I gotta.
Tyvis has a little thing to do.
Yeah, I got some business to take.
He's gonna do a little thing. A huge conversation in college football has died off in recent months, but we're here to ramp it back up again because that's what we do, and that's how we're going to decide a national championship. That's next. We'll keep our finger on the college football pulse. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Matty Ice has a large tattoo on his calf of LeBron eating a lion. I have nothing else to say. Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan.
Are you not able to enjoy the summer as much as you want because of joint pain? This is the time of year for being outdoors. It's the best, but not if your knees, shoulders, hips, or back are hurting. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Don't suffer any longer. Non-surgical joint pain relief is here at QC Kinetics. Call them today. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. I'm talking about lasting pain relief with no surgery, no drugs, and best of all, no downtime. QC Kinetics advanced treatments harness your own body's biologics and help restore and repair damaged joint tissue so you can walk, run, hike, play golf, move, swim, all pain-free. QC Kinetics is under the leadership of former orthopedic surgeon Dr. Mitchell Sheencup, a true pioneer in regenerative medicine. They have locations in Columbus, in both Gahanna and Dublin. Their advanced protocols have enabled tens of thousands of patients to reclaim their mobility. So go check them out at QC Kinetics/Columbus or give them a call, 380-208-4544.
And now we're on our way with COTA, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, COTA moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit COTA.com/transit app to learn more.
It's no fun to get blindsided. That's why you need to know what's coming in Ohio Medicaid.
Championship quarterback Cardale Jones.
Recent changes in Ohio Medicaid could impact you. If your information isn't up to date, you can lose your health insurance. Call the Ohio Department of Medicaid so you don't have to scramble to stay insured.
Call 800-324-8680. A public health message from CareSource.
That's what I call forward progress.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Jimmy walks up to the line. His credit card debt is calling a blitz. He signals to Upstart.com for an audible. Final play. Ike. Jimmy drops back. In a flash, he cuts over to a streaking Upstart.com with a no-cost rate check on a personal loan. He's wide open. An easy toss for Jimmy by finding a great rate in minutes. He applies, he's approved, and touchdown.
Tackle your credit card debt with a personal loan. Check your rate at Upstart.com today. That's Upstart.com. Loans are made by Upstart Lending Partners. Loan terms will be determined based on credit, income, and other information provided in your application. Not all applicants will be approved.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit LindsayHonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus, The Fan. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good evening. I'm Buddy Wells. Starting with baseball, after having Monday off, the Guardians are back on the diamond tonight as they host the Royals in the first of a 3-game set. That game just got underway a short bit ago in Cleveland. Right now it's 0-0 in the bottom of the second inning. Got a couple of scoreless innings so far for Tristan McKenzie. As for the Reds, they play the second of their 3-game set in Colorado tonight against the Rockies. First pitch in that game is at 8:40. Frankie Montas gets the start there. The Redlegs are looking for a third straight win. In the NFL, the 49ers have signed Christian McCaffrey to a 2-year extension worth $19 million per year. McCaffrey is now under contract with San Francisco through the 2027 season. He continues to be the highest paid tailback in the league. We're just a couple of days away from the NBA Finals getting underway between the Celtics and Mavs in Boston. Game 1 is in Boston on Thursday night. Today, Kristaps Porzingis told the media that he'll be in the lineup there for Game 1 for the Celtics. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
It's time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. Need heating, cooling, plumbing, or electric? Call a carpenter.
The Boatman on the update desk. Our man, Tyvis Powell, just got Thanos snapped. Yeah, I think we can blip him back here at the end of the segment. Oh, I don't know. We just had a big boom on the recruiting trail 30 minutes ago. Bo Jackson is here. He has to hop out for a quick call. Put 2 and 2 together.
Bo Jackson, for God's sakes.
It's Bo Jackson.
It's like
for
one of the
God's
greatest
sakes.
athletes of all time.
One of the best players. Yeah, just all-time great athlete. Baseball, football, you know what. What a name, right? What a football
Bo
name.
Jackson. If you're going to be named that, you better be pretty darn good. He's living up to the hype so far, so good for him.
I think he will live up to it. I'm trying to think of if you could have somebody's exact name, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you were a Sanders. Yeah, if you were a Woods, would you just get Tiger? A Deion Sanders, like another Deion Sanders with no relation. But, you know, Tyvis is messing around in that NIL world with his other gigs, so they're probably, who the heck knows, if he is on with Bo or someone from Bo's camp working out particulars. Everything takes money these days, Bodie.
It's important stuff, man.
You're not bringing that to the table. You're not even here, which is why we talk about all these changes going on in college football. A salary cap, and we got to iron out these details to the court settlements, the House case versus NCAA, and how the $2.7 billion has already been determined to be, you know, poured out through a 10-year period and some back pay to some college athletes,
all the way up to 2016.
Oh, all the way back to
So
2016.
close,
Sorry, my man. But what is that going to be, a cap? Because a cap would hurt certain schools. And I think when we look at the college football playoff and how they're already looking to tinker that, these are things that, you know, certain Big Ten and SEC participants wouldn't want to be bottled up with I can only spend this much? Well, what if we get to a point where we want to spend more?
It would hurt Ohio State, right? Like, let's just call it what it is. Ohio State's going to be up there. If they're not atop the list, they'll be very, very close to atop the list of a school that'd be able to spend however much they can spend, whatever that limit would be. I guess it's unlimited if they really wanted to go that far.
Well, you know what it tells
me?
me?
If there was a cap, they'd be one of the schools that would be hurt by it.
You know what it tells me, though? Is what he's doing there right now, and there might be some consolidation, but collective still will have a role.
Yes.
Because there's your
more
avenue to just going north of whatever number is set, right?
Exactly, yeah. The salary cap would be more the revenue sharing part.
Exactly.
Which would even it all out for a lot of schools. But the Ohio States, the Georgias, the Bamas, et cetera, would still be able to do the name, image, and likeness stuff, which would
We got bigger boosters than you do.
Yeah, than 99% of the country, frankly.
Yeah.
Right? I would have to imagine, without knowing all the, getting into the weeds of it, knowing all the details myself. Nobody tells me that stuff, but I would take a pretty good guess that Ohio State is very near the top of that list.
All right, so what do we got going on here?
All right, Timmy.
Sport we love.
Yeah, earlier this offseason, in my humble opinion, the Big Ten and SEC tried to further ruin college football by attempting to acquire more guaranteed spots in this expanded college football playoff. Not only did they want more guaranteed spots for the conference, they also wanted it in the 14-team playoff that the only 2 spots at 1 and 2, which would be the only 2 buys moving forward in the 14 format,
had to be
the SEC and Big Ten champ, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. Fortunately, though, there was some pushback on that, a lot of pushback on that, actually, and that idea was shot down. And now it seems that the conferences are at least willing to let the 12-team playoff format play out for the next couple of seasons before they, of course, come back and try to ruin the sport more. So that'll come in due time, but at least for right now, it seems like they're actually showing some patience with this.
Well, just think about where that puts us, though. Like, think about everything that's going on and the fact that they were actually pushing for that. And it's like with everything, right? The entities, the people, whatever. The ones with more power and more money usually get what they want.
And they use it.
In the end. They use it. They use it for their benefit. And this is different a little bit in this case because they're going to tell us, well, we want this to be for the betterment of the viewing product, right? And it's the better teams. And there's some point. There's some point to be made right there because I think in this article from Dennis Dodd, he had some percentage numbers here, Bodie, and some of them were quite shocking. So, like, the Big Ten and SEC make it out is what the point that Dodd was making, which we would agree with, is that they're going to be fine. Whatever the format is.
That's the thing that
if there's
don't understand.
They're getting at-larges.
Leave more at-larges bids. You're going to get more teams.
Why would you want to earn them?
That, and why would you even want to guarantee? Because if you guarantee more spots for your conference, if you're the Big Ten or SEC, you're going to have to guarantee at least a little bit more for the SEC. Or, I'm sorry, for the ACC and the Big 12, right? Even if you have each of those two, Big Ten and SEC, gets 3 guaranteed spots, you're probably going to have to guarantee the ACC and the Big 12 at least 1 more spot each. Why? You're going to get more in 9 times out of 10. So I think Greg Sankey is on the record saying he'd be okay if the entire thing was at large. Why? Because
no conference champs.
Exactly.
Who do you think the top 14 teams are?
Half of it would be the SEC, and the other half would be the Big Ten. Not literally 7 and 7.
Whatever, though. Whatever the top 14 college football playoff ranking teams are, that's how you seed it out. But here, this would be pretty capitalistic, though. This viewpoint, which is America, right? Do you agree with the notion and the things that like the Florida States and Clemsons were kind of pining for in the ACC that they should get a bigger piece of the pie because they have evidence and they have proof that more people are watching their games and they were making more runs into these fields that was getting the conference more money? Should their success have to split with everybody else? That's kind of bringing up the rear, so to speak, because the Big Ten and the SEC will point out, and these are those numbers I was referencing to, and making the case, and I don't know if people knew this, the Big Ten and the SEC already got 59% of the TV revenue of the new college football playoff. So those two conferences have a bigger cut than the other, Power 4 for what it is right now. So the Big Ten and the SEC noted that they accounted for 29 of the 40 college football playoff berths. That's 72.5%.
Vast majority.
That's more than 59%. That's 72.5% of the spots in the first 10 years. Yet they only, in that time frame, got 33% of the revenue. So I can understand the business approach, right? You're looking at that, you're like, whoa. We are doing a lot of this.
Yeah.
These are our guys. These are our teams.
And that's not even factoring in Texas just made it last year.
Right.
Oklahoma made it countless times. Washington made it a couple times. Oregon made it once. And now those
But even then,
are all in the conference.
What those numbers don't tell you is that when you dissect it further for just the Big Ten and the SEC, that's not the whole entirety of those conferences. That's just a few teams in each of those conferences that are doing all of that, which it does tell you how big the ocean is between the haves and the have-nots in college football, which kind of alludes to a smaller system going forward.
Yeah, and we can point and laugh at like Vanderbilt and the SEC, but frankly, the gap between Alabama and Vanderbilt and Georgia and Vanderbilt and Alabama and honestly even like South Carolina, I know it's not as big, obviously, but like
pretty big.
South Carolina, they had a nice run with Steve Spurrier there for a handful of years. But like, when's the last time they were like, oh, they might make the playoff this year? I honestly am not sure if they've had a single season in this decade or so format
where they're really close.
Where it was like, man, they're right on the edge. Like Tennessee had a year a couple years ago, but that's about it. Like a lot of these schools. Now, you would think at some point maybe Tennessee will get in there with the 12-team format, and I would think Florida at some point will be good again, but hell, they didn't even have a year in the last 10 years where I don't think they were all that close to making it. But.
So it makes you wonder, though, as far as a potential salary cap, would it be better to just not have it capped and say there's plenty. I mean, Oklahoma State's got a T. Boone Pickens at their disposal, right? A lot of these schools, they might not be some of these famous brands that have been the last one standing in a college football season, like Georgia and Bama and Clemson and Ohio State and Michigan and so on and so on. But who's to say now that you can go out there and just forget about it? Like you can recruit and just pitch a number, just throw a number out.
Yeah.
Like that's part of it. We're talking about inducements. No, we're talking about you're going to work somewhere. You're going to go to school and work. Anybody in the world that's going to take a job somewhere is going to listen. Going to listen and think about what the money offer is.
Yeah,
and that's going to be from man to woman, woman to man. It's going to differ. Like what's important to you: location, hours, people I get to work with, salary. You could put salary number one. It could be rent, whatever it is. It's a factor. It's a big factor, and it just would be interesting to see like how many of these mid-level programs, South Carolina types, like you mentioned, could actually elevate and match it. Like, some of the spenders that Kansas has, rock chalk, baby.
Yeah.
Could they actually
Which probably goes more towards
beef
basketball.
up football? Right.
Yeah.
But it depends on what they're interested in improving at that point in time. But you want to be good in football because that puts you on the map.
I think we can maybe see a school or two that isn't like kind of the traditional blue blood all of a sudden find their way into that elite level status every now and again. But I still don't think it's really going to make a huge difference just because the schools that are already the blue bloods, like the Ohio States, Bama's, Georgia, etc., they have such passionate fan bases and such large fan bases that it's like, it's even if you wanted to say, obviously, like Ohio State has a lot of money if the fans want to pour into it. But even if for some reason you wanted to say like, well, maybe they wouldn't, but all of a sudden Michigan State has this huge fan base. It's like that's just not how it's going to work. Ohio State's been good for 100 plus years, and it's going to keep being that way because they've built just such a large fan base that people are like, well, yeah, I'll throw in. And, you got how many alumni, especially at a school like Ohio State, where you have such a huge, what's the word? Just like attendance every year. Some of those people are going to be rich and really care about the football program.
that Miles Jack, that dude.
There's no time for another deep dive into another headline here, Bodie, but on that same article we're kind of breaking down from Dennis Dodd, it is noted that just with everything that's been happening now, they've at least paused the powers that be, the Big Ten and the SEC mainly, because they're the ones that are pushing to, change the college football playoff format.
Before we even started
after
the 12 team.
We got to the 12er. It's like, come on, can we just do this for a little bit? Like, I think we could agree, like, we don't need the fifth auto.
No.
Just whatever you deem to be the biggest.
And I don't care how good those two conferences think they are and how we think they're going to be the best two every year. I still think it's terrible, the idea that like Clemson could go 12-0, 13-0 and can't get one of the top two spots like the Big Ten and SEC was trying to. That's terrible.
I agree.
That's ridiculous.
One of them could be the best. Like
one of the best two teams. That's not
What
crazy.
if they're ranked one?
Yeah.
Like in your college, you'd have to change the name of the college football playoff rankings
to the Invitational.
You couldn't have one ranked one, but because they're not the Big Ten champ or the SEC champ, they don't get a 1 or 2 seed.
What if Clemson,
ridiculous.
Like this year, for example, they play Georgia in the non-conference? What if they beat Georgia and Georgia won the SEC? Like, it would just be ridiculous. Like, I know those two conferences most years, the ACC and Big 12, are going to be a little bit lesser than the Big 10.
I hear
and
you
SEC,
trying to talk like other conferences matter.
They do, Tim.
But they
and
don't.
So do the independents.
They don't. All right? Nothing matters.
They do.
There's two conferences
I'll fight
here.
Those conferences and the independents.
Nothing is stopping this train, Bodie. Nothing. Get on board.
I am the danger.
I am the danger. Get on board or get run over. All right, Todd? Okay. Another major piece of the Buckeye Hoops schedule is out, and it'll certainly be an interesting one for one player in particular. That's next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Wake up with The Fan. Eat lunch with The Fan. Go to bed with The Fan. Dream about The Fan. Then change your sheets. Gross.
Ew, you guys are gross, but stick around in case I don't find anyone else.
The Fan.
Get a great deal on select Kubota equipment, the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S. The versatile lineup is built to help you make the most of your land. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800 on qualifying implements. Now through October 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
Hello, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletic Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donatos, Huntington, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in the great state of Ohio through our Buckeyes Care initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
Jimmy walks up to the line. His credit card debt is calling a blitz. He signals to upstart.com for an audible. Final play. Pike. Jimmy drops back. In a flash, he cuts over to a streaking upstart.com with a no-cost rate check on a personal loan. He's wide open. An easy toss for Jimmy by finding a great rate in minutes. He applies, he's approved, and touchdown.
Tackle your credit card debt with a personal loan. Check your rate at upstart.com today. That's upstart.com. Loans are made by Upstart Lending Partners. Loan terms will be determined based on credit, income, and other information provided in your application. Not all applicants will be approved.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
And now we're on our way with COTA, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, COTA moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit COTA.com/transit app to learn more.
Attention weekend warriors. Fan Sports Saturday has moved to 10 a.m. Join Eric Reeser and Tyvis Powell as they dive into popular topics like the Buckeyes and Tyvis's liquid diet.
Saturdays from 10 to 1.
The Fan.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia. Often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
Ah, the sweet sounds of spring. The crack of a bat, chorus of birds, and the glorious hum of a freshly tuned AC system. Don't sweat it. Let the Waterworks Heating and Cooling team keep you in tune with a spring AC checkup.
We're all set.
Schedule a visit today and stay cool all summer long. Call the Waterworks Heating and Cooling team, 614-333-9720, or schedule service on our website. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better AC.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Warm and humid, a little breezy out there on this Tuesday. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. Overnight, we'll keep it mild. Temperatures down to the mid to upper 60s. Slight chance of a shower or storm overnight. A better chance of a shower or storm on Wednesday afternoon and again later Wednesday night. High temperatures in the low 80s. With your Doppler 10 forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Using the Buckeye hookup to play golf at Scarlet whenever we can. This is the Buckeye Show.
Timmy and what once was Tyvis on the Buckeye Show on a lovely Tuesday night. Hey, all the fine Buckeye fans are out there. Let's hear from you. We're on YouTube, of course, so we got the chat room going there on the live show. That's a good way to get in. And, of course, as you know, the Buckeye Show voicemail, and also, it was later found out, is a text line as well, because it's just a mighty intuitive program that we got here. Nothing but the best for the guys at the Fan. 614-460-2896. I had texted, or I had tweeted and X'd earlier that this is the wildest, most outlandish shirt I've ever worn in the office. And Boatman, would you agree? I have been becoming a crazier shirt guy. And it really, I think that stems from you hit a point in your life where you just stop caring. I'm like,
I hit that years ago, yeah. I mean, I wear a Notre Dame t-shirt every day, so of course I don't care. Like, that's...
I mean, yeah, you wear gym clothes.
Yeah, exactly.
You wear sandals and gym clothes.
Honestly, if they came to me tomorrow and say, Bodie, you're doing a great job. Everything you do here is great, but we need you to button up a little bit. I'd say, here's my 2 weeks. I'll see you guys later.
You're not paying me enough to care that much about attire. I mean, look, it's not the most professional thing in the world, but you also combine it with what we're doing here. We're trying to have fun. We're trying to
entertainment.
We're trying to entertain you guys on the way home. Yeah.
Look at you.
What we're doing.
Look at you.
How would you describe this shirt to somebody that can't see us right now?
Oh, God.
You'll have to later go and check the YouTube show to get a look at this thing.
Maybe like ADD. There's just a lot going on. Just so much going on.
Describe it top to bottom.
What
am I wearing?
And black. You have one symbol on the left shoulder that I have no idea what that is. I've never seen it in my life.
It's the flag of Thailand.
Okay.
If that's what you're looking at.
I was looking at the other one, your left shoulder there. There you go. No idea what that is.
I don't even know if that is the official crest of their international team.
Sure.
I'm not sure. And I
knew the other one was a country flag. Couldn't have told you it was Thailand. But.
I don't think this is an official international jersey. I think this was kind of like a custom thing. Because if my parents brought it back for me, it means it was likely hot on the street. Street vendor, couldn't have cost more than $5 type of thing, right?
Okay.
And it's got so this is an actual brand. You might not be able to see it. I believe it's pronounced Singha. Singha. It's
like singer.
It's like VJ. It's like VJ Singh with an A on the end. Yeah, he's a singer. He's a good singer. Say hi to your mother for me. So that's a beer. That's a lager from Thailand. So that is cool. And there's a Coca-Cola logo on the back and a number 9 on the back of this thing. But it's black and gold. And the logo for this beer is a giant dragon. It's very out there.
Yeah, I will say, I know it's probably going to happen one day. The day that we get to a point where there are logos like that on college football uniforms because we have to bleed every penny out of the sport that we can will be a very sad day for me.
Wasn't there already a story, and I think we talked about this last week, at least Bone and I did, about more advertisements on the field.
We did on the Buckeye show as well.
Are you a little bit looser with things like that? Where's your take on that?
The field, but the uniform it's sacred, Like it just means more. Not to go SEC on you there, but I just think like the Safe Flight thing was on the field at Ohio Stadium last year or two, right? And I don't feel like I noticed it as much. It's pretty normal in basketball. You have like whatever the arena's called, and they kind of between the 3-point line and half court.
They've been going there in the NBA a little more than some of the other leagues for a while, and obviously with the logo on the jersey.
Yeah, and I could live with a small. I don't know though. To me, college football uniforms are just kind of like. That's the top tier of uniforms, in my opinion.
I agree.
Like a lot of them haven't changed in a long, long time. I know the Bishop and Friends boys, especially Bo, really wants to get the gray back on the sleeves, but nevertheless, I do like that. The uniforms. Like most of the time, how many articles you see in the offseason for other sports where it's like, look, we're going to rank the best helmets or we're going to rank the best uniforms. But every college football offseason, it's like, here's the best top 25 helmets. But I think it's cool, and it means something.
If I wouldn't want to put anything on a helmet, especially Ohio State's helmet,
outside the stickers,
if it had to be, I guess, the only spot that looks classy, if you're going to do a smallish, because it's not going to get to the point. I say that. Never say never.
I hope not.
Never say never. Where it's like soccer, and not even European soccer, but the MLS copied it too, where the bigger logo is the branding.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm sure that affects obviously it affects the money that you're bringing in. So that's what you're looking at. And I suppose it's how much more are you going to need? It's tough to turn down money if the only thing that you're doing for that is allowing someone to stamp their name on some space that already exists, right? I think about it this way. I live on a road. I don't live back in the neighborhood, so I live on a 35-mile-an-hour street in Hilliard. So cars use this sucker all day long. And my south wall, kind of get a good view of that. If you're traveling north on the street that I live on, I'm wondering if somebody offered me like $1,000 or $2,000 a month to just put their, like if Raising Cane's, like how beautiful does that Raising Cane's logo look when it's painted on the brick wall of their establishment? Paint
that right on the side
paint
of
the
the house.
Raising Cane's logo right on the side of my wall. Put like the website name up there. Hey, give me $1,000 or $2,000 a month. Sure.
Yeah.
Free money.
You always see the cars
Looks pretty.
driving around that are like totally, almost like NASCAR, where they got the whole, like, I don't know. I would say it's a paint job. I guess it's not technically paint, but a sticker job or whatever, where it's a sponsorship of something. And it's like, man, I used to drive back and forth from Newark every day. It's a lot of miles in there. Like, I don't need a lot of money. Just cover my car payment. That would have been good with me.
What's the Biden meme where he's like, it's good for America. It's good for you. Good for us.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Good business.
Anything that
Makes
has to do with
sense.
politics, I try to just avoid like it's the plague.
It was a meme before he was falling asleep all the time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Both candidates this year are just A+.
So, are you excited about this Buckeye basketball schedule? I know I am, and we know that we're going to start the season against Texas, which is cool out in Las Vegas. So that's a big time matchup, and where I stand on having too many of these neutral site games. And I say that, and here the two that I'll be mentioning are neutral
Vegas,
site games.
New York.
Vegas, and at least it's New York. At least it's Madison Square Garden. And that's one little compromise that I think I've actually said before. Like, if you're going to have one of these neutral site games, if you're playing it at a place, at a cathedral, an icon, where the arena is an icon. And I don't think there's too many NBA arenas in existence where you can say that about. You can maybe say Staples just because where it is, but
Crypto.
it's a newer.
Or I don't even
Crypto.
know what it's called now. Is it still Crypto?
I think it's still Crypto.
Is it? I thought Crypto went under, but yeah, nevertheless.
Crypto is kind of going under, right? But it's the house that LeBron played in. I wouldn't say built.
I wouldn't say built.
Yeah, I would
not really. No.
I wouldn't say that, but you know what I mean. It's Madison Square Garden.
Yes,
it's
I
different.
100% agree with the Garden. It's completely different. It's the Mecca, right? That's what they call it. Like it's
different than the United Center because of where the United Center is located in Chicago. There's just not a whole lot out there where you hear, Paul Keels or guys, about having a Big Ten tournament there. It's not as cool as when you have it in Indy, but the Buckeyes are going to play Kentucky December 21st. So we know they're playing Texas. CBS Sports Classic that they're still in that rotates with UNC, UCLA, and Kentucky. So Aaron Bradshaw.
Blue Bloods right there,
yeah,
baby.
The Blue Bloods and the Buckeyes are one of them. You got a new transfer, 7'1". He comes in and it led Felix Okpara out the door, which surprised us. But 7'1", Aaron Bradshaw, former 5-star high school recruit, goes to Kentucky, leaves, Cal's gone, new coach is in. I think you look at these teams, I think you look at these rosters, I would expect Ohio State can win that basketball game. And what a big, meaningful game, not his first big game because you'll right out of a cannon playing at Texas. Yeah. But I think that'd be a lot of fun for Bradshaw and the rest of the Buckeyes going to the Garden, playing the Kentucky Wildcats.
Yeah, no doubt. I did want to pull this up to me. Last time the Buckeyes faced the Wildcats was... See if I can get the date here. I know it was the 2019-2020 season. Yeah, 12/21/2019, so exact same day. This one was in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena. I don't know if this was the CBS Sports Classic or not.
It had to be.
I figured it did.
It was.
The Buckeyes won that game 71-65 to improve to 11-1. Would you like to take a quick guess at who was the Ohio State leading scorer in that game?
Okay.
2019-2020 season.
Was it somebody... Like
he was in and out. He was real quick. Made a quick one-year
DJ Carton.
Yep, DJ Carton. He had 15 points.
That helped me.
Kyle Young was on that team. Caleb Wesson. Those two guys had 10 points in the game. See if Kentucky had. I had Tyrese Maxey, so he's pretty good for Philadelphia there. But yeah, got the win for the Buckeyes. We'll see if they can do it again this season.
All right. Well, it was going to be story time Tuesday with our guy Tyvis Powell, but.
Little thing called
still vanished.
You'll see. We'll all see.
Little thing called you'll see. You got the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
If you don't like listening to Morning Juice, Bobby Carpenter's man nipples will punch you in the face. For real.
You want to fight, do you? Weekdays from 6 to 9.
The Fan.
Hey, it's Anthony here for the Good Feet store. We do a segment on the show every week called Pressure, but that's about sports. What about the pressure your feet endure every day? I know mine did. When I went to the Good Feet store, I learned I was out of line. I joked, I already know that. They said, no, physically, my feet weren't being supported the right way. So when I went to the store on Polaris Parkway, they also have one on Stringtown Road, I took all the time I needed to walk around the store to see what felt and fit the best in my shoes. Once I had them in, my personal arch supports from the Good Feet store, my lower back pain went away. What a feeling. You need to get your free personalized fitting by one of their arch support specialists. For arch supports to be effective, they require a precision fit. That's why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store. You like them? You can wear them home. You have nothing to lose but the pain. So go to goodfeet.com today or go in and try the Good Feet feeling. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief, all from the Good Feet store.
Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew, federally insured by NCUA.
When it comes to your roof, there's really one team to call, Newman Roofing. From the first call to the final nail, our team of professionals will be there every step of the way, answering any questions you have throughout the entire process. So give Newman Roofing a call today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit us online at newmanroofing.com.
Summer is finally here in Ohio, and the best part about summer is the fresh fruits and vegetables. And the best place to find them, well, it's one of my favorite places to eat. That is Bob Evans, because they're going to make sure they have the farm freshest ingredients right to your plate. They have 3 new salads: the steakhouse salad, the grilled chicken chop salad, and my favorite, the summer berry salad. Grilled chicken, strawberries, blueberries, pecans, feta cheese, everything you like, it's all there, and it's all fresh and delicious. So go check them out and learn more at bobevans.com.
Bishop and Friends.
Is there any actual empirical evidence that bulking up and being heavier makes you more durable? I pretty much broke my foot when I was fat, so
Bishop and Friends.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Thinking of popping the question? Diamonds Direct has an offer you can't miss. This month only, buy a natural diamond engagement ring of 1 carat plus and receive a free natural 1 carat diamond tennis bracelet valued at $2,000. Imagine giving her the ring of her dreams and her wedding gift all at once. No one provides education, selection, and value like Diamonds Direct. Your chance to get a free tennis bracelet from your friends at Diamonds Direct won't last long. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
Hello, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletic Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donatos, Huntington, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in the great state of Ohio through our Buckeyes Care Initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways.
Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit.
Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy.
Join in as little as 5 seconds.
Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives.
It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource. Proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
All Buckeyes all the time. You're welcome. This is the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Timmy and the empty co-host 2 chair, formerly known as Tyvis, and all you fine Buckeye fans on a Tuesday night. We certainly appreciate you making it a part of the evening. Shout out to my guy Jimmy JB on our YouTube chat, who likes to feed me Dave Matthews Band lyrics. And I know some of the initiated, the if you know, you know, you guys might enjoy that too. Tonight, he dropped in a little pineapple grass bracelets. That's a little Trippin' Billy's reference right there.
Okay.
So that's fantastic. And who is my guy here that said he was going out to get him some Meatball Mafia tonight. Scott. Yeah, Scotty. Good job. He said, Tim, my guy, Meatball Mafia on the docket tonight. You cannot go wrong with those guys. They don't pay me anything. They've got their spot. They might have more than this one in Central Ohio now, but anything that's in that Crooked Can, the brewery, the microbrew in Hilliard, where it's kind of like a miniaturized North Market to go along with it. There's a great burger joint in there called Hot Mess. Good prices, too. They got a premium burger. It's as good as any. That spot's good. Dumplings of Fury. That place is amazing. And then the Meatball Mafia is in there as well, where they do just really good pizzas. Really, really good pizzas. I still haven't had Sexton's yet. Still haven't had those guys. And they're right in that area, too. And I do love a good wood-fired style. Wood-fired style pizza.
Get a little burnt on the bottom.
Oh, my God, yeah. You could do that to the crust, and if you can keep that crispy but flaky and light. I had me a wood-fired pizza when I was at Pebble, so I'll have a good memory of that. My first meal at one of the Pebble Beach resort restaurants was late at night. Kitchens were open till 10, which was good because I didn't get to check in until after an afternoon twilight golf round. So it was like a good 9:15 dinner, sitting there alone at this beautiful bar, though. I mean, I say eating at the bar, and this restaurant was unbelievable, right? And I had like the chef, like the guy, I could look right over the way, right into the oven, the wood, brick oven. And I could see the guy like making my pizza and turning it and shifting it around and all that. And even like the parm and crushed red pepper came in this beautiful white dish with a silver spoon to sprinkle on top of your pie.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah, that was the last wood fire I had. And it was the best value, too, that I had out there. It's like a $26 pie.
Guess we'll just have to go again next year, Timmy. Might as well make it an annual thing.
I would like to. I don't have that Tyvis Powell money, or else.
Or the Bo Jackson money, apparently.
Or the Bo Jackson money. Yes, the new Ohio State commit, 4-star running back. If you guys missed that, the Buckeyes got a boom. Times is good. Things are changing in college football, but hey, we don't got any rules. No, there's no rules here.
Wild West, baby.
Do what we want right now. Pew pew. But I'll take you to this. We said a little thing called You'll See. This actually was hitting today. So the way that this gets written too. I mean, come on, people. Come on with our rhetoric and how outlandish we get with these headlines. CJ Stroud rips. So apparently CJ Stroud rips Aaron Rodgers today with these hot takes. What would you take that as? If you just saw that, like, I would say that he went out and took some kind of, maybe not personal, but as a player, some kind of pretty big shot, right?
Yeah, I would assume he said something directly about Aaron.
Yeah, like he's not the player. He's not the player that he once was.
That after injury. Even all his years in Green Bay were just inflated by, good receivers or something like that.
Yeah, saying something like that. Like, well, Aaron Rodgers was more Devontae Adams than Aaron Rodgers.
Mike McCarthy.
In those years. Holy cow. Oh, God, what did you say about me?
That's not a rip. That would be like
that's just burying him.
Yeah, it's a roast, more of a roast level.
That's I don't know if Jeff Ross, the roast master, is coming up with something like that. My God, like, get it out of here. So this is what happened. Recent interview on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. Texans quarterback mentioned Rodgers multiple times, and it wasn't exactly in a positive manner. At one point during the pod, he was asked, and this is the first part where I'm like, okay, he was asked, would you rather have Eli Manning's career or Rodgers' career? And I guess he didn't hesitate with the answer. He said, you want the rings. Eli got 2. Okay, and he expanded a little bit, I'm sure, but is that a rip? Is that a rip job? And you know what? Even if it is, good. Good. I don't care for Aaron Rodgers and the antics too much the last couple years and how he talks on one side of his mouth about it's got to always be about the team and this about the team. But there's no guy in the game that had been going for vice president. There've been no guy in the game that had been doing more things outside of his team to stir up some action, to go on McAfee. And fine, if you want to do that, go ahead. That's your right.
Hypocrite.
Don't be hypocritical and telling other guys not to do that and maximize off of their name, image, and likeness, their personality, whatever, doing podcasts, whatever they want to do. if that's what it's not about to you. So there's that. And anyway, 2 Super Bowl rings, okay. I think we all agree Eli Manning is not the talent that Aaron Rodgers was and possibly still is if he comes back after this injury. You asked me a question. Maybe I surprised you a little bit with my answer. Am I ripping the other guy because of it? Just right then and there? At another point, he insinuated that the reason Rodgers only has 1 Super Bowl is that he might not be such a good teammate. That's getting more there. He said, you know what I think it is? I talked to Tom about this because he's a good mentor to me, Tom Brady.
Yeah. Dropping the first name.
Yeah, what he told me is his teammates and how he treats his teammates, and that's where I think it falls off for Rodgers. We don't know how Aaron Rodgers treats his teammates, but you can guarantee that Tom Brady treats his teammates right because how he got those rings. And on top of that, he said if someone like Matt Stafford had been given the same supporting cast as Rodgers throughout his career, that he would have done much better. If you give Matt a chance like Aaron, I guarantee you he would have had more rings. I'd say he would have like 3 or 4 rings. Wow.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You know, some of these do seem like some CJ digs at Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
I take that back. I take it back what I just said a few minutes ago.
The teammate one is obviously impossible for us to know just because obviously we're not in that locker room and whatnot. But I don't know. I don't think it's on the other hand, it doesn't seem like a huge secret that Aaron Rodgers maybe isn't always the easiest guy to get along with and whatnot. And once again, not that I was in the Patriots locker room, but I don't think it's a coincidence that Tom Brady won 7 Super Bowls. When you are the quarterback, that stuff matters, man. Like, you can be a receiver and be a diva or be a corner and be a diva, but I think when you're the quarterback, you got to be the dude. You got to be the one. You're calling the play in the huddle every single play. Like, you got to be the leader. Like, you got to be the guy on the team that everybody can look to and say, we'll follow that guy through the gates of hell because we know we're going to come out on the other side all right because of him.
I say fine. And you know what? If a lot of this is maybe you put stuff out there, Aaron, again, there's cause and effect, okay? Like there's cause and effect with everything that you do and everything that you say throughout your life. That's why you try to live each day to the fullest, right? And so whether it was your actions through, COVID, whether it was the Epstein nonsense with Jimmy Kimmel, right? Whether it was spending days in a pitch black room and saying that helps you find, okay, fine. But if some of that also rubs the stuff with your family, right, that it gets blown up and hits the headlines, some stuff unfair, some stuff fair, to where maybe people's opinions of you as a football player, it's just a byproduct of that. You were gone last year, and people tend to look at the kind of guy they might perceive you to be, and that will affect how they give answers to something like this. Also, because who really cares anyway? We're just talking on a podcast and ranking quarterbacks, and stuff changes all the time, and it's subjective. It's totally subjective.
Also, I think as the quarterback, too, it's incredibly important as the leader of the team that you are a, team first guy. I know we joke Herb Brooks. The name on the front means more than the back. How about the fact that basically it felt like every week last year after he tore his Achilles, which I think most people come to understand that's about the worst injury you can have in sports, outside of like maybe a brain injury or something for a football player.
Holding NFL media hostage on every week he's coming back.
It was like he's coming back. Dude, you're 40 and you tore your Achilles. Like, that's like...
Your Achilles, man.
Yes.
Like, you tore your Achilles.
There's a chance that he might not be 100% back for this season. Like, and yet last year it was just like, me. Please, somebody, please pay attention to me. And you're like, dude, it's not how the quarterback's supposed to act, man.
Ohio State football and Harvard are the same at something, and it might surprise you. That and more. We'll look at some hashtags. The Bode Man and myself, Timmy Hall. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Death, taxes, and beating Michigan every damn year. This is your flagship home for Ohio State football. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call The Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Extreme Limo is proud to be Central Ohio's first choice for luxury transportation. Serving our community since 2006, Extreme Limo has a full range of luxury cars, limos, and party buses for every occasion. And now offering you the new officially licensed Ohio State bus. You can travel in scarlet and gray style to your next game, wedding, or special event. Celebrate life and stretch the limit. Call Extreme Limo at 614-483-3300 to book today or visit extremelimo.com. That's XTREME limo.com.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
Rothman and Ice.
Speaking of like jettison some excess fuel, it felt like Michigan was doing that. If anyone is not on board, we'll cut them loose, and they did.
Rothman and Ice, weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Diamonds Direct has done it again. This month only, get ready for an offer you can't resist. Buy a natural diamond engagement ring of 1 carat plus and receive a free natural 1 carat diamond tennis bracelet valued at $2,000. That's right, a stunning diamond tennis bracelet at no extra cost. Imagine giving her the ring of her dreams and her wedding gift all at once. So hurry into Diamonds Direct. Your chance to get a free tennis bracelet will not last long. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. I've been talking about High Bank whiskey for a while now, and I'm not alone. This just in. High Bank Distillery Co. is the most awarded distillery in America at the 2024 San Francisco World Spirits Competition. This is the largest spirits competition in the world, and High Bank is dominating. And we've got the best. It's right here in town. So the next time you're looking for a pour of the good stuff, stop by your local liquor store to grab a bottle, or stop into their 2 restaurant locations in Gahanna and Grandview. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Right Way Heating and Cooling and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. #Buckeyes.
Sponsored by The Waterworks. Trust the pros at The Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Visit thewaterworks.com today to get started.
All right, Timmy in an empty chair that used to be Tyvis Powell. You know what? We're not saying his name anymore tonight. It's the Bode Man, our fine producer. We were at full strength in hour 1. This was the only time he ever would have requested, the only time he ever would have asked. And because we love Tyvis, and Tyvis is a pro, right? He comes in. He's here usually around 5:15. As far as the ex-athletes go, Wouldn't you say that's always pretty much on the early side?
Elite.
For being in this business for a long time.
No question.
And working with a lot of guys. And that's who he's been. So when he says, I need a call, and we know some things going on the recruiting trail, I need a call at 7 o'clock, we let it happen, right? He says one segment. You got to know, first of all, phone calls, the worst, right? We're living in an era now where there's nothing worse than hearing, hey, can you hop on a call with me? Like you see that in a text. Can we get on a call real quick? Like, I don't know.
I'd rather drop dead, but sure, yeah.
I'm running around with a kid right now. I'm in a place I can't really talk too easily. So there's that. And you know, if it's a business-related call, it ain't ever going to be in the allotted time that you scoped out. So what was 7 to 7:13, 7:14, it will now have been the entire second hour of the show. The whole second hour of the show. So I know that's not a hashtag,
but
that's our life. That's what's happening right now. And I think the next time we see him, because it's DeVere Day on Wednesday, maybe we can get DeVere to skip the whole 6 o'clock hour to even the planes. No, he's not going to do that. We need to put him on the line next time he's here.
You guys don't want to work during the game? No problem. We'll work now. Goal line. That one.
Whatever we deem to be the goal line, Tyvis needs to go there.
Agreed. 100% agreed. He doesn't want to work during the show. That's fine. We'll work after.
We'll work after. I want you in a booth. I want you doing reps. All right?
Yeah.
After practice.
An hour's worth.
I want reps. I want you to practice updates. Someone's updates. You got to get me this for tomorrow. I heard through a little birdie. And this might have been through my lack of scheduling properly, but Lord knows, like some of our weekends, they're a mess. Like when we have certain guys that need PTO, certain guys are so valuable around here. Like especially our weekend guys. Great appreciation for the weekend guys because we've all been there and somebody's got to do that job and it's important. And Ryan Baker crushes it, not just weekends, but everywhere. And one of our newer guys, Rhyme Time, he wasn't around this weekend. So I think they had a shift where the updates went from Reeser to Tyvis to Cam Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
Cam Taylor
Eric
Britt.
told me about that Saturday because I was in Fertitta Green. He's like, I was thinking about doing this.
Yeah.
You think that'll work? I'm like, hell yeah.
Hell yes, it works.
Yes,
I love the creativity, boys.
Fan Sports Saturday, baby. Let's go.
I love the creativity. Like, absolutely do it. And Tyvis did an update. And I'm gonna get. What are you doing? You're not invited. I'm keeping his microphone. I'm keeping his microphone off. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Baby, I'm back.
No.
Would see.
No.
I'm back.
No.
I'm back, Tim.
Get out.
I want everybody
It's
to
all,
know
the
that
show's over.
I apologize for my absence. You know, I had some other things that I needed to take care of. It was
when Bo Jackson scored touchdowns in 2 years.
Great conversation.
Don't apologize.
It was a great conversation. Bo Jackson's a really good kid. I think he's going to do some great things here at Ohio State. So go Bucks. I did it for the Buckeyes, which is what this show is all about. Tell him I love you still.
Must be nice.
I apologize, everybody.
Must be nice to come and go as you please.
No.
Leave your guys just flapping in the wind. How are we supposed to develop a team?
We did.
How are we supposed to develop a team
and
talk to Bo Jackson about what it's about when you're leaving your teammates?
This is a trial and error. This was one of those things that we tried something, it didn't work. So therefore, moving forward, we know that we can't do this anymore.
You learned your lesson?
It's a learning experience.
You learned your lesson?
Yes, I did.
Did I tell you?
No.
Did I tell you?
No, you didn't.
I didn't tell you.
No, you did not tell me.
I didn't tell you when I came out there in the first segment. You were still on there, and I said, "This is how this goes."
No, okay.
Did I not say? This is how. If it's a business-related call, this is how it's going to go. I did. You know what? It's okay though. I got some good news. I get to have Zaytune after the show is done. Lovely little Mediterranean spot. So I'm excited about that.
That's great.
I'll see my wife. I won't have to look at you anymore. And I'm gonna have a nice dinner and forget about this.
You know,
forget about all the people at the fan that have been wronging me lately.
I'll see you on Thursday though.
Yes.
And I'll be here for 2 hours, 2 total hours. I won't even move out my seat.
Don't wrong me, Tyvis.
I would never do
okay?
that. I would never do that to you, Tim. You're a good man. Rumpelstiltskin's a good man.
Rumpelstiltskin's a good man. So are you. You who with a little rum in it. Oh, boy.
Come back. My Guardians is down by 2. Unbelievable. What a time.
They were down 5.
I trust me. I saw it.
What can I click on?
And boom goes the dynamite.
I beg to differ. Happy Gilmore accomplished that feat no more than an hour ago.
Well, moron, good for Happy Gilmore. Oh, my God! Can't wait!
Can't wait.
Reggie Miller's looking good. He shoots a 3, and it's good.
Tonight, we are the greatest hockey team in the world.
And it's over. Bode man, thanks for doing it, buddy.
Thank you, Timmy.
Little thing called You'll See coming up next on The Fan.
1, 2, 3. Here at The Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan.
Hi, I'm Lauren, and I work for Meijer. People always ask, why do I shop there? It's because I can get great quality and value in one stop. Like this week's hottest deals on certified Angus beef and locally grown asparagus. Plus, I can earn M-Perks points every time I shop for groceries, apparel, at the pharmacy, or when I'm at the pump. Meijer has all I need in just one stop, and the same low Meijer prices in-store and online. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Colin Man here for Universal Windows Direct. Universal Windows Direct is the best. Why? Number one, they have the best technology. They have window systems that last up to 5 times longer than the other jabronis. Plus, they back it up with a true lifetime warranty for as long as you own your home and a 20-year warranty to the next homeowner. And how about the deals? 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years. Restrictions apply because they always do. Call them today, 614-502-5220. Schedule your free in-home estimate. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways. Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit. Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy. Join in as little as 5 seconds. Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives. It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is a part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is safe and clean for the players every game at the Schottenstein Center. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com. Libman, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Did the pandemic eliminate quality customer service? Well, many places it did, but not here at Heartland Bank. Imagine getting top quality service and good advice as well to help you down life's road. It's community banking, and it's alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb, CEO. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.